Alright guys, just after 6 p.m. on Sunday evening. We had a great day today at the British Car Show in Port Perry, Ontario. And now we're back and we're going to do a little bit better inspection of the Alfa. But first thing I want to do is give this thing a good wash, as it's probably not been washed for like 15 years. It's got a pretty big cake of dirt on it. I can see every fingerprint. It's disgusting. Anyway, we'll get that washed and we'll have a better look at it. Alright guys, we've done a quick cleanup on it. We've just give it a wash down with some nice soapy water to get most of the grime off. It definitely doesn't have any wax on it, that's for sure. It could use a really good compounding. The paint is really, it's actually not bad, but it's just not glossy like it should be. But it came up pretty nicely. There is very, very little rust. As a matter of fact, I can't find any rust at the moment, with the exception of the exhaust underneath. It does have some little dents here and there. I can see a little dent here, just a little depression, and it's got some paint scratches that have been filled and a few little imperfections, but pretty darn good by my standards. Anyway, top's not in too bad a condition. I do have to clean the inside window still with some plastics. I've just done the exterior of the car, we haven't done the interior yet. Bumpers could use some work. There's the exhaust hanging off the bottom, like it said. It didn't survive the trip from Vancouver. And here's the driver's side. It's in very good shape. Like I said, it's got, I'll open up the inside, but it's got, I think, less than 57,000 kilometers on it. So, not a lot of mileage. Anyway, here's a quick overview of the exterior. So what I'll do is I'll maybe try to drop the convertible top. See how easy that is. It's supposed to be a one-handed type operation, so we'll see if that's true. We'll show you the engine bay, we'll show you the trunk before it gets too dark out, just so we can get a, like I said, a general overview of the car. And you can let me know what you think. Alright, we'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, there's a shot of it with the top down. It did go down pretty easily, much easier than the TR6, that's for sure. And windows are still up. It's got power windows in it and the battery is dead, so those aren't working currently. I did notice that the passenger side is not all the way up. I don't know if that's a problem with the window or the wiper motor or the window motor, but we'll find out once we get a new battery in it or this battery charged up. So here's what it looks like with the top down. Not too bad. Alright, we'll crack open those doors so you can have a look at the interior. Alright, so I've done nothing with the interior. I haven't cleaned the interior yet, so here's as it was delivered to me. So the door panels could definitely use some cleaning, but they're in pretty good shape. Seats are in pretty good shape, with the exception of a few little tears in the base of the driver's seat. Passenger seat is fine. Carpets are brown. Not my favorite color, but they actually look to be in pretty good shape. They're a little faded back here, but overall looks pretty good. Steering wheel's nice. Instrumentation's nice. Again, 57,110 kilometers on it. Got a Blaupunk cassette deck in it. There you go. There's the power window controls. Yeah, even got a lighter in it. Unbelievable, all this luxury. Glove compartment lid could probably fit better. Oh no, it looks pretty good. Yeah. So we'll pop the hood, or the bonnet. I'm not sure what they call it in Italian, but we'll pop the hood and we'll have a look at the engine. Alright guys, here's an engine bay shot, and actually it looks pretty good. I'd say it's pretty clean for the year. Little 4-cylinder twin overhead cam. Like I'd mentioned yesterday, it's mechanically fuel injected. So it's a single port injection, which is, I mentioned yesterday, is the least desirable. Some of the Alfa guys might call me out on this stuff I'm about to mention because I'm not that knowledgeable obviously about Alfas, but I'm willing to learn. Anyway, so single port injection. The earlier cars were 4-port or quattro porte injection. So this is the least desirable, and it came in I think 80 and 81, or the only 2 years that the single port was on to meet emissions restrictions. And down here you can see, I don't know if you can see it or not, but that is the mechanical injection pump. So the Spica pump is down in there. So I've done a little bit of reading on that as well. So we'll have some fun with this baby. Anyway, like I said, it looks pretty good. Could use a little cleaning up. But even the cadmium plating is still visible on most of the parts. Let me wander around the other side here. Apparently the filters for the air filters are quite difficult to get for this year from what I've read. I think the earlier filters, or some of the filters, can be modified to fit, but we'll figure that out at a later date as well. Like I said, it looks pretty good. Probably use some compressed air in here just to blow out some of the leaves and debris. First thing we're going to do with this car is we're going to change all the fluids out. We're going to change all the, it's got 2 fuel filters. It's got an engine compartment filter and a rear filter. It's got a filter in the Spica pump itself. Obviously we're going to do the oil filter, and change the oil. And we're going to do brake fluid, etc. Get all the hydraulics looked at. So there is the engine compartment. Underhood could use a bit of a clean, but again, no rust. And look at that, an engine light. Wow. All right. So the last thing we're going to look at is the trunk compartment. So let me pop the trunk, see what's in there. Hopefully there's no body in there. And talk about fancy. Look at this trunk release in here. Found this by mistake last night. Looks like it's even lockable. Pretty good sized trunk in this little car. Anyway, booster cables. That's not necessarily a good sign. Anyway, battery in the trunk back here. So we'll have a root around and clean this out, but I sort of took a quick look and pulled some of the carpet away last night, and it looks pretty dry under here. So yeah, that's looking really good. And I think the fuel tank is right here. Yeah, you can see the filler neck right there. So anyway, we'll pull the carpet out at a later date and have a look. But and there's the boot, the cover for the top. So that's good. We'll clean that baby up. Yeah, well, I'm happy with that. There you go. Trunk lid looks good. Yeah. There you go. Alright guys, I think that's the overview for this evening. We'll probably take a few still photos of it before it gets too dark. But there you go. Got space for it in the garage. So we'll give her a push in, tuck her away after we take some photos.